Hello core engineering family. In this video we are going to discuss about the another document which is prepared in the basic design engineering package, and that document is process equipment list. Okay, so in our last video we discussed about the what is process design basis, okay, and what is the significance of the process design basis, what information is given in the process design basis. If you haven't watched that video, please watch that video after this video. Right now in this video we will discuss about the what is the significance of the process equipment list, okay, and how it is prepared, what information is given in the process equipment list. Right, so here simply you could see this is my header. Okay, so let's suppose if there is the one contractor, and for example the contractor is Technip Energies, okay, and the client is your IOCL. Okay, and these both logo I have taken from the official website of the IOCL and Technip. Okay, and this logo and name is used for the reference purpose only and for the study purpose only. Right, as you know that Technip Energy is one of the best company in the EPC field, and about the IOCL everyone know about the IOCL. Okay, so in the process equipment list what information is given? Mainly, let's suppose if you have one project, and let's suppose that project is of urea plant. Okay, you have one project and there will be some defined capacity. Okay, let's suppose that capacity is 100 TPD, okay, 100 ton per day. Now there will be some equipment will be used. There will be, let's suppose the reactor will be used, heat exchanger will be used, pump will be used, right, filter will be used. So from where you will get that information, like how many equipment will be used or how many pumps will be used, which type of the pump will be used. Okay, so that information is provided in the process equipment list. Same, let's suppose if there is the one sulfuric acid plant, so which type of the equipments you are using, what is the dimension of that equipment, what is the MOC of that equipment, in which scope that particular equipment is, that information is provided in the process equipment list. I hope my point is clear to you. You could prepare that equipment list like section wise. Let's suppose if I talk about the urea, okay, so there is the first of all a reactor. Okay, so you could simply write the reactor section, and in the reactor section whatever the equipment is coming, you could write simply their name. Okay, you could mention about that. Then in next section, let's suppose if there is the decomposition section, so you could write about the decomposition, and then you could mention all the equipment which is coming or which is falling under that section. Right, on the basis of that you could also prepare the process equipment list. Now let's suppose how we prepare. So let's suppose if there is the one tank that I am going to use here. Okay, so let's suppose that tank is my product storage tank. Okay, simply we will use the product storage tank in our plant. So now the type, so type is, let's suppose this is my horizontal tank. Okay, so simply I am writing here horizontal. Okay, how many quantities is there of this tank? So this is my 1 plus 1, it means that there are 2 tanks. Okay, now what technical specification will you give about this tank? So mainly we give the journal overview. Okay, we provide the journal overview about the each equipment. Okay, so let's suppose I am giving here the capacity. Let's suppose that capacity is xx cubic meter. Okay, then now I am providing the size. So these are the two information which I am providing here, and that size what you will provide here, simply you will provide here the ID, that is internal dia, into height you could provide here. Okay, so that is also xx. That height could be TL to TL and clear height as well. Right, so I hope my point is clear to you all. Okay, now what will be the MOC of that product storage tank? Let's suppose if the MOC is SS304, it could be anything else. Okay, now there is the scope, means who will provide this tank, whether client will provide or contractor will provide or licensor will provide. So let's suppose I am writing here the IOCL, right? Now the remarks you could write here, anything you could write here. If there is any remark which you want to write here, so you could write, let's suppose one remark that fabrication shall be at site. So this is the just remark which you are giving about this tank. Okay, that is the some extra information which you are giving about the apart from the technical information, right? So that is also very important. Now this is about the tank. Now let's suppose if you are giving a pump, if you are giving a pump, that is product filling pump. Now which type of the pump is this? Let's suppose this is your centrifugal pump. Okay, now how many pumps are there? So one working, one standby. Okay, what technical information is given about the pump? So what you could write simply here, the one that is the capacity. Okay, so that will be also your XX cubic meter. Okay, now what is the other information which you could provide about the centrifugal pump? So you could provide the head. Okay, so now the unit of the head will be in meter. Okay, simply put the bracket here. Okay, so this is about the your centrifugal pump. Now what will be the MOC? So let's suppose that MOC is also SS304. Now who will provide this pump? Now this pump will be provided by the contractor, and the contractor is your Technip. If there is any remark, no, there is no remark. Now what could be the next equipment? It could be heat exchanger, it could be your heat exchanger. Okay, now which type of the heat exchanger you are using? Let's suppose I am using here cell and tube. How many quantity? That is 1. Now what you will provide, what technical information you will provide about the heat exchanger? That could be your heat duty. Okay, that could be your heat duty. Okay, and other information also you could provide. You could provide the size, you could provide the simply the number of tubes you could provide here. Okay, so what information is mainly provided in the equipment list? Those information that is a very specific but very important for with respect to that equipment. Are you getting my point? Now let's suppose this heat exchanger is going to use in the any fluid. Okay, that is our, let's suppose that is our main fluid, and here you are using the MOC, that is SS316. Okay, now who will provide this? That could be, let's suppose that is provided by the Technip. Okay, now if there is any remark, no, there is no remark. Now the one of the most important equipment, that is the cooling tower. Okay, so who will provide the cooling tower? Now what information you will provide about the cooling tower? Same here, the capacity you will provide here. Okay, so capacity you will provide here, that could be XX, let's suppose kg per hour. Okay, what other information you will provide about the cooling tower? You could provide here the delta T. You could provide here the delta T. Okay, so that will be also XX degree Celsius. What will be the MOC? So let's suppose the MOC is SS304. Who will provide this? So same, the Technip will provide this. These all information, the name which am I using here, IOCL and Technip, this is just for the reference purpose or for the study purpose only, right? Now the next equipment which you could use or which mainly use, that is the compressor. Okay, now which type of the compressor you are using? Let's suppose you are using here the multi-stage compressor. So simply what you could do, this multi-stage compressor information will not be provided here, that will be provided here. Okay, so this is your multi-stage compressor. Which type of the compressor is this one? This is also a centrifugal type compressor. Quantity is simply 1. Now what information you will provide here? So one, same capacity you could say, or other information what you could provide here about the centrifugal compressor, the discharge pressure, right? What is the MOC? Let's suppose there is the MOC is 304. Now who will provide this? Let's suppose the Technip will provide this, right? So this is how we prepare the process equipment list. Now there could be any other equipment, there could be the separator, there could be filter, there could be any minor, or not the minor, I'll say there could be any other equipment, process equipment that you are going to use in the project. Okay, so that information you will provide here, that type you will provide here, quantity you will provide here, technical specification you will provide, MOC you will provide. That scenario could be changed from company to company, means someone is giving the information about the equipment type, quantity, technical specification, MOC, but not giving the scope, okay, and remark they are giving. So the little bit change could be there, but most of the time this is the general information which we provide in the process equipment list. Okay, and after that, whenever you will prepare the process data sheet, so the capacity you could provide, so the capacity you could check from here, right? Whenever you are designing the cooling tower, so capacity you could check from here. Whenever you are like designing the heat exchanger, pump, tank, so the information or the technical information you could provide or you could get from here, right? So that is the significance of the equipment list. Okay, and while preparing the PNID as well, we check the in each PNID that there are the all the equipments which we are mentioning in the equipment list, that is also there as well. Okay, so I hope you understood about the process equipment list. However, if you have any doubt in this video, please let me in the comments box. I'll definitely clear your doubt as soon as possible. So that's all for the today's video. Thanks for watching. Till then, keep learning.